What's going on today, guys? It's the Godfather here, and today we're jumping into Atlantic Fleet. And this is actually kind of an older game. I know I'm a little late to the scene on this one, but I just picked it up on a Steam sale, as most people do, and I just played the heck out of it, and I really enjoy it. So I just kind of wanted to play through a couple missions and showcase it here for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and play their Battle of the Atlantic, which is kind of like their campaign mode, I guess. I don't feel like purchasing my own starting ships. I feel like you get a better deal whenever they do it. But let's just go ahead and start a new Germany campaign, the Battleships Kriegsmarine. Start new game. Yeah, I was playing an old version, or I was playing an old one of this. Now we've got ships absolutely everywhere, so I do like to kind of consolidate them because the Graf Spee and the Lutzow, they will tend to get separated and they'll get focused down. And these, I like to move my subs up a little farther away so they're not getting constantly air attacked by Britain. Move you guys up here, Reykjavik, up in Iceland. And we've got the Admiral Hipper, the Leipzig, the Nuremberg, the Max Schultz, and the Richard Beitzen. So do we have anybody in the shipyard? No. And then here we have the Köln and the George, I don't even know how to say that. Then we've got the Gneisenau and the Scharnhorst. So I think we're going to merge these two guys up. And we'll wait until next turn. We'll grab all of you guys, move you over here. And I want to move the Graf Spee up here. And the Lutzow can stay there for now. To next. Yep. So the goal of the game is the goal of this game is essentially to sink as much allied tonnage merchant ships as possible. So we're off to a decent start with 48,000 this month. So that ain't bad, but we can certainly do a lot better than that. So let's just keep going until we get to our first battle. And let's just have you guys both meet up here. I'm going to try to do like a little breakout into the Atlantic here, see if we can't get past the Royal Navy. Okay, so here's our first one. So we've got our two destroyers, U-29 and 30, going against two destroyers and three freighters. So we start off here at periscope depth. So let's move in, all head flank, and we've already got a pretty good angle going in. I'm going to move into this guy. I'm going to have him torpedo against that destroyer right there, which is the Vega. And so the torpedo room's plotting. Oh, we're out of range, so there'd be no use in firing. We're at pretty much 9,200 yards, and that's out of range. So he's not going to do anything. Now, this guy, on the other hand, totally can. So let's have him go to starboard a little bit, ahead flank, grab the torpedoes, and on the Icarus they're only at 5,800 yards. So the torpedo room's plotting 352.2 degrees. So set that over here. 0.3, it's close enough. And nice wide spread. I'm only going to fire two because I want to save some for this guy over here. Okay, so these torpedoes are actually looking pretty good. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of that one. Now this guy, he's got a lot of catching up to do. But let's fire some torpedoes at these convoys real fast. Might as well. I mean, I know there's a thing where after you can sink both of the destroyers, you can just sink all the merchants and leave. But let's just do this. It's a first mission, so why not? Okay, so these guys call for 4.2 degrees, and we'll do 2-1. We'll do 2-2 and fire. There go those torpedoes. Alright, and you, I want you to disengage the right, because that's our next destroyer that we're going to target. We'll wait for him to get a little closer. That's 7.3 thousand yards. It's a kind of a long shot for torpedoes. Yep, this guy's dead. Done for. Oh, that's 2 hits on the destroyer. I don't know how that guy's still afloat right now. They usually sink some. Yep, there it goes. Icarus is going down. And kind of like a post-mortem detonation there. Alright, and we'll turn you to starboard. Get you to fire at the next freighter. So they're recommending 13.2 degrees. So one there, and he's turning in, so we'll throw another one right there. And that guy has no torpedoes left now. Alright, I want you to continue and close the distance. None. Okay, he doesn't have anything he can do at the moment. Are these gonna hit? We got one hit on one of the freighters. So I mean, heck, we could actually disengage him, but I want to leave him around in case we need the extra firepower. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this other guy taken out though. We might have an early loss. I'm not too excited about this. Okay, so this guy, no, we're not gonna surface or dive yet. Ooh, we actually just reloaded one of the torpedoes. So now we got 3. Okay, so torpedo room 7.6. And fire tube 1, tube 2, and I'm expecting him to turn in. So we'll fire behind it, tube 3, and fire. We'll see if we can't get him with these 3. I'm hoping we can. There's one freighter down. Is that one gonna go down too? Not yet. You keep moving. This one can keep moving too. Turn it a little to the right. We don't have any torpedoes loaded, so we'll just hold off to the next turn. And he's gonna evade all of them. That's fantastic. This just got a whole lot harder. A lot harder. So I guess we'll just wait until next turn, see if I can reload another torpedo tube. I should have aimed in front of him. Well, this is gonna suck. This guy's sinking, or this guy's sitting very low in the water. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of that destroyer though. Well, they do have deck guns, so a lot of people are going to be screaming at me, but this is the only thing we can do to get rid of this destroyer. So let's 3.5-inch armor piercing, elevation 26.4, target range is 12,000 yards. That seems about right. Alright, and fire. It's actually not looking too bad, just a little short. So next time we'll have to, you know, up the angle. I want you to stay where you are now. Torpedo reloading. Perfect. So, torpedo room says 12.1. It's one hell of an angle. But if he continues on that course, let's do it. Let's do it. Fire torpedo. Hopefully he runs into it. Nope. Gonna miss it. Perfect. This guy's still sinking, it looks like. Yeah, missed the whole damn thing. Son of a bitch. Oh man. How can I disengage this guy? He's like open combat. So he's got a torpedo reloaded now. He's got 2 of them, but we need to close the distance on that guy before we can use them. Hell, we can't even do anything. So let's just do nothing, I guess. Literally out of range. I'm debating on surfacing and trying to fight him straight up, but I think it's a bad idea. Oh, did I just dove. Good job, idiot. Well, you don't have any torpedoes anyways. So he's probably going to try to move up on drop depth charges. So I think the best thing for me to do here, I want you to dive. Dive, and we're going to get torpedoes away on this guy. And we're going to get out of here. So torpedo rooms is 6.8. We know he's turning away, so we're going to go here. Fire both of those. I don't think that other sub's going to make it. The 2 destroyers versus 2 U-boats is kind of a hard situation, because they're literally made for fighting U-boats. Still got no torpedoes reloaded. And I think he's about over top of us now. Nope, not yet. Well, I guess we'll have a couple more turns beforehand. This dude just drops so many friggin' death charges on our head. Let's just disengage it. There's nothing he can do right now. Let's go up 1 level. Oh, torpedo reloaded. We might be able to get away with it. Might be able to get away with him. So I think he's close enough that the initial torpedo launch will strike it. So, and the torpedo rooms is 10.4. We're already at 10.4. So tube 1, fire. Maybe. Oh, you've got to be kidding. That really just happened. Are we at least gonna hit this son of a bitch? Yeah. There goes one. There goes that one. Come on. Well, how is that thing still up? That's it. You only live once, right, boys? 3.5-inch armor piercing right through the side. Yep. At least we took 2 of the freighters down with us. Yep, that's gonna hurt. Come on, give me a torpedo. Now I know it's gonna hit him. Yeah. R.I.P. this dude. R.I.P. this sub, that's all I'm saying. This is probably the closest that I've ever been. Whoa. hit something that didn't exactly enjoy getting hit. They can't seem to miss me either. Yep, and down it goes. So we lost the U-30, but we sunk 2 merchants and 1 of their destroyers. So, yikes. Great start, boys, huh? Great start. Oh, let's just leave them there. Oh, so we're running into the Vanity. Oh, yeah, good luck. With the Vanity running into the Gneisenau, the Scharnhorst, the Köln, and 2 destroyers. So, we have the initiative, and there's the destroyer right there. So let's open up with these 9 15-inch guns. Or, I think they're 11-inch guns, I believe. Little winter storms going about right now. Artillery plotters say 11.6, 11.5 to go off. Yikes out of 10 on that one, bud. Yep, and it goes down. Call it One Punch Man. Well, that was an easy one. And these little points you see right here next to the sunk, that's just the renown you use, and each time you sink one, you get a certain amount of points. The bigger the ship, the more renown you get, and you use that renown to buy more ships, essentially. So it's kind of like money, if you think about it. So let's take you guys and do like an Atlantic breakout here. Alright, so the Hipper and the Leipzig and the Nuremberg ran into the Exeter and the Gallant. Exeter was, I think she was part of the task force to sent to sink the Graf Spee. I could be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that, but at least I'm trying here, okay? Alright, so this is the Hipper. I want you to open up on the Exeter. That's going to be our #1 target. He's going to be able to do the most damage to us. Range is 4,000 yards. Elevation 19.6. It's the first estimate. Target set. Fire. Range looks pretty good. 2 hits. So these are light cruisers. I'm going to have you continue on course. I want you to fire at the Gallant. Range to target is 8,000 yards. Elevation 20.7, 20.6. Fire. Some 5-inch armor piercing on its way. Falls short. Okay, you continue on course. I want you to do the same thing. Fire at the Gallant. Range 17,000 yards. Elevation is 19.1. Now we got to take into consideration that the last one was short. These are both firing 5.9 guns. Should be pretty close to there. Oop, got a couple hits. Something didn't like getting hit, but she's still up. Burning quite nicely though. So we'll take the 2 DDs. Elevation 29.2, range 18,000 yards. Heck, this is right at the max, right next to the maximum limit of our guns. Which probably won't even be in range. Oh, this is the rear destroyer. It's a very nice plunging fire, but unfortunately they missed. You know what? I'm gonna have you turn in and charge it down. I'm just gonna skip your turn because hell. Oh, we actually have bombers. 2 torpedo bombers. Let's launch that at the Exeter. Light cruiser. Okay, so wonder how fast she's going. 24 knots is their inspection. So let's throw one here. Alright. Here comes drop. Alright, there we go. Torpedo in the water. Probably going to force her to maneuver. Nope, she's sailing straight dead on course. She is firing at she's firing at the hipper, but missed by more than a country mile. The gallant is firing at, I think, the closest DD. Yep. Oof. A little too close for comfort there. Ooh, just missed. She might run into it. But the hipper, go 10 degrees to port. Still moving. So, I think, didn't we get a hit on the Exeter last time? I think so. But, yeah, I think there was a hit right here, which is what that meant. So 19, it's calling for 19.8, but they're moving towards us, and we're already at 19.6. We'll listen to the fire directors for at least 1 or 2 salvos. 19.8 fire. And long. Exactly what I expected. I don't know what the hell these fire directors are thinking. Whenever they obviously saw that whatever. Makes no sense. Now this one, we're firing at the gallant here. They're calling for 18.8. I can believe that. Well, you know, let's move it to 19.1, because they're probably going to fire short. Yep, that was well short. You know, we'll have you turn in towards them. All ahead flank. Set all 3 of these 6-inch guns. They're pretty much 6-inch, 5.9-inch guns. It says 15.2. You know what? I'm gonna do. Let's do 16.5. That's a hell of a jump. And that's still short. I don't know what the hell these fire directors are smoking, or if they need a damn pair of bifocals, whatever the hell they're thinking about. But I'm just gonna skip your turn. Nah, I'm not gonna airstrike them yet. I'll have this one do that. Or you know what? What's the distance to this? 4,000 yards. 20.2 sounds pretty decent. We'll open up 2 5-inch shells. Looks pretty close. I wonder if that torpedo is actually going to hit the Exeter. That's too close. Yikes. What the hell are you shooting at? Oh, you're shooting at the same one. Don't hit it. Oh, what'd you even hit? Did you hit the mast or something? Yikes. Yep, there's the torpedo hit. That's not going to do the Exeter much good. So we'll just have the hipper turn in a little bit, close the distance on the Exeter. Hopefully we'll put her out soon. It says now it's dropping it to 16.3. Let's drop it to... Let's do 18.5. I think that's still long. 16.3 would have been well short, though. That's the only problem. It's kind of a guessing game. The more you fire, and the more your fire directors can zero in on a target, the better their accuracy is going to get. But you know, until you get zeroed in, you're not really going to know exactly where the shot's going to land. It's kind of like a guessing game. So naval gunnery wasn't so, isn't so simple, especially back in the Second World War. And sometimes these guys would fire you know, 10, 15 salvos before they get even anywhere near it. So here the fire director's calling 15.8 degrees. And I can believe that because that destroyer's moving in on us, and so we're moving in on it. Nope. So I think we knocked out a turret. We can check and see what's going on that ship too. So we can go click on it. So anything like, you can see that turret's permanently knocked out. You can click on it and see its propulsion's out. Turret A is damaged for 2 turns. I believe that's what the orange means. Turret B is permanently damaged until it returns to port, but this ain't getting to make it back to port. And its AAA, which is its anti-aircraft batteries, is damaged for 1 turn. Propulsion will be back in 2 turns though. So here, that's our ship right there, That's our ship right there. So our fire director is calling for 19.1, and we're, I believe that. So let's go to 19.1. There's 2 shots on its way. And, oof. Right short. So let's keep moving in with the 2 destroyers. Get as close as we can. So now, fire director's calling for 15.4. And send it. Oh, that looks like a hit. I don't know how much more that one can take. Sooner or later that Exeter's going to get lucky and land something on the hipper. So let's maneuver and quit sailing in a predictable line. Do like a little zigzag or something. Now the fire director's calling for 15.5, and since we've been shooting long, let's do 16. And these are 8-inch shells. Oh, that looks good. We got a couple hits, I think, or 1. Alright, we'll have, this is the Leipzig. Keep turning in. We still have all 3 turrets trained on it. New range is 16,000 yards. Fire director say 18.1. And fire. Looks good. Multiple hits on target. I don't know how much more that destroyer is going to be able to take. This is the Nuremberg. Elevations 14.5. Range to target is 14,000 yards. Elevation set. Fire. Shot on target, and we doused the target area in shells. It was just an unlucky dispersion. Fire director calls for 18.5. Range to target is 13,000 yards. Elevation set. Fire 25-inch. 2 hits. Something didn't get hit something that didn't enjoy getting hit too much. Looks like we knocked out the bridge. Oh, they actually knocked out our steering. Look at that. We can't do anything with our steering. So if we click on this, our steering's out for 1 turn, so we couldn't disengage it if we wanted to. Is that what they hit? Must have been a glancing hit right here that just jammed the steering. But that'll be fixed next turn, fortunately. Alright, so the Gallant. Range to target is 10,000 yards. Elevation is 13.9. And fire. A little long, right over it. I mean, that thing is sitting low in the water. And hell, the Exeter's looking bow heavy now. Only got 1 turret firing though. There must be an issue with one of their turrets. I think the Hipper is starting to take its toll on it. So let's move the Hipper. Range to target is 19,000 yards. Elevation 15.6. Elevation set. Fire. Shot on target. Multiple hits. The Leipzig. Range to target 14,000 yards. Elevation 15.4. I wonder what the hell is going on with our fire directors. That makes no sense. Okay. So this one's elevation 13.3. Pretty much 13,000 yards. And fire. Come on, that thing can't take much more of this. Let's open up the broadside so we can get more guns on target. Okay. So 12,000 yards. 16.5. And fire. And the gallant is sinking. Yep, see, now we have our propulsion back. So let's go all ahead flank to port. All of our guns are trained on the Exeter now. It says 19.3 is the new estimate. And fire. One hit. Probably didn't do too much damage. It's only a 5.9-inch shell. Guess their B turret's still out. They're still going for the hipper. They were close, but they still haven't hit it. So let's go back to closing in. Hopefully we can put this hipper out, or not the hipper, we can put the Exeter out sometime soon. So new estimate is 14.3. And fire. Multiple hits. Ship's burning. The bow is sitting very low in the water. Water line's creeping up now. She can't take much more of it. So now elevation 18.5. Range is 17,000 yards and fire. Well short. Well short. Alright. Nuremberg, it's your turn to go. Alright, guns are trained on the Exeter. Elevation 17,000 yards. Oh, no, never mind. That's elevation. Is 17.2. Elevation is 16,000 yards and fire. Shots on target. Multiple hits. They are sitting very low in the water. So let's keep moving. Target the Exeter. Elevation 19.4 and fire. And target. Your shells fall well short. Keep moving. Keep moving the destroyers in. New range 16.7. I mean, we hit on the last one, so I don't want to go down too much. I think we'll just do like 17.5, or let's do like 17.4. I think that'll be a little bit better. Yep. Multiple hits. Big explosion. I wonder what the hell we hit. Looks like their funnel's gone. Probably knocked out their propulsion. The Exeter's burning from stem to stern. They got their B turret back up. Incoming on the hipper. Still shooting long. Alright. Let's keep turning, or you know, let's just stay true. Stay true. Alright, new elevation estimate 13.4. Alright, elevation set, range 17,000 yards. Round shots on target. Multiple hits. Exeter's going down. Well, she put up a fight, but it looked like that was all she could take. Alright, finish that one. Just some light damage. They must have glanced the hipper. I don't even remember seeing that. But the Richard Biteson, that had its steering gears damaged. So we'll leave you guys here to kind of guard the home ports. I don't know if they'll be able to attack them or disable them or whatnot. But the Gneisenau and the Scharnhorst, I want you guys to move south. Hopefully run into some convoys. Okay. Ooh, so we ran into the Achilles and the Vanquisher. I know the Achilles was one of the cruisers dispatched that actually did fight with the Graf Spee. That would have been down at the Battle of the River Plate in the Southern Atlantic. So it looks like we're going to change history here today. We've got Gneisenau and Scharnhorst and their accompanying crew going up against a light cruiser and a destroyer. I'd say their chances aren't that great, and we are right on top of them. So hard to port, broadside this cruiser. The Achilles, range to target is 4,000 yards, elevation 9.2. Alright, and fire all 9 guns. And sail right over the funnel. Okay, let's keep that in mind with the other with the Scharnhorst. Target selected Achilles. Range 18,000 yards. Elevation 12.0. Now let's go 11.5. I think that's gonna happen. Multiple hits. Large explosion. Alright, you know what, I'm going to have you turn slightly to starboard and charge in on the destroyer. The Vanquisher is back there. Elevation 21.4. Let's just do 21, range 9,000 yards. One hit. Alright, let's just flank speed the destroyers in there. They're probably too far away to be effective anyways. Do we have any... Nope, no aircraft. So you might be able to hit the Achilles. Elevation 18 degrees. Range to target is 2,000 yards. Alright, 18-1. 3 shells out. Just long. Achilles is firing at the Gneisenau. Oof, they're really close. But I don't think the Achilles is going to be done this turn. Vanquisher's firing. Well short. All of the freighters are trying to break off, but they ain't gonna make it. I'll promise you that. Alright, let's just go true. The Achilles. Alright, let's open up the splash reading. 7.9. I think that's going to be a little too long, but let's go with it. Or a little short. Or, you know, let's go 8.3. 8.3. Range to target is 2,000 yards and fire. 2 hits. Ship's burning astern. Scharnhorst lined up. Drop this to 10.5 because even though it says we were long, we did get multiple hits. So fire. And we're short. We got one hit on the bow. I don't think it did much though. That's the only thing. Alright. So here the cone. Elevation 19.5. Range to target 1,000 yards. Fire. Oof, we are right on top of target. Right on target. Let's do 15 to starboard. Flank in. And I'm still just going to skip your turn. You're too far away to be effective. Let's do 10 degrees to port for this guy, because he's already being targeted by the other destroyer, I think by the Vanquisher. The Achilles, 10,000 yards out. Elevation 14.8. Just do it even 15 and fire. 2 hits. Ship's burning. They're firing back again at the, I think that's the Scharnhorst, or I can't remember. They both are the exact same. Shells coming in. That is real close. How in the hell did that hit that? It was probably just a glancing blow, did no real damage. Boy, the Achilles is burning quite nicely. These merchant ships aren't going to make it out of here. Not at all. Their escort doesn't have a chance at sinking these two battleships. Alright. Fire director's calling for 6.7. Alright, elevation 6.7. Expecting this one to just delete it. Range to target 10,000 yards. And of course it's short. Good job, fire directors, you idiots. Okay. It says 10.5 is around target. Now it wants 10.2. That's good. And fire. Multiple hits. Large explosion. The Achilles is going down. I think we destroyed the bridge, did destroy their funnel and the engine, presumably. A lot of damage. Okay. Elevation 18.1. Fire. Man, we are right on top of this thing with the cruiser. And we're just going to keep passing on this guy until we close in. Don't move. Target the Vanquisher. Elevation 15.7. Fire. And that is well short. Well short. I guess you could at least say, they've got a valiant last stand for the Vanquisher. Not a whole lot it can do here. It's just prolonging the inevitable. We'll turn in 10 degrees to port, or to starboard. Target the Vanquisher. Fire directors 9.3. Alright, let's do 9.1. Piercing out. And just short. I think we might have got an underwater hit on it though, because those were right next to it. Alright. Vanquisher 12.6 degrees. 19,000 yards. All 3 turrets out. Ooh. Got 1 hit. I think we knocked out a turret. Okay, closing the distance. Now we're at 15,000 yards. 16.8. Let's do 17 fire. So we have been short consistently. Oh, and naturally we're long. 16.8 probably would have been right on the money there. But I have a bad habit of not trusting my fire directors, because like 90% of the time their asses miss. Alright, move this guy in. Probably going to start maneuvering him soon. They're starting to zero in on him. So, fire directors call for 17.5. Let's do a 17, because I think that's going to be long. Right on target. Just hit the funnel. Probably didn't do a whole lot of damage. Yep, we knocked out their forward turrets, at least for a couple turns. Alright. Elevation 8.6. And fire. Right on top of it. Just splashed everywhere around it. Drenched every man out there on the weather deck, though. Alright. Let's do 11.1. I think we're going to do like 11.6 or 11.5 because we did get one hit last time. Shots out on target, and man, it's raining everywhere around them. Cones closing in, elevation 14.8, and fire. There we go. Big hit. Big hit. Okay. So we got 2 merchant ships left. We'll have this destroyer target. Let's target that one. Range is 4,000 meters exact, 19.7. So there's an option to just sink all these, but it's kind of it's fun to kind of, you know, shoot these ships because they are such glass houses. You know, you get 1 or 2 good salvos into them and they're going down. So let's move the, the Gneisenau up. Which one? Yep, we can get all 3 turrets on that one. 9.9 is the estimate. Alright, 9.9. All 3 turrets out, and got 1 hit on the deck. I don't think that's going to do a whole lot though. Let's go 15 to port. We'll target the one in the front. 11.2. Shots out. Oof. That one's got to be going down. It can't handle much more than that. Yep. Large freighter going down. Man, I'll tell you, the Scharnhorst is on her game today. Well, if they get their fire directors some extra freaking booze at the next port they hit. So for these fire directors, say 15.9, 5,000 yards, all 3 turrets out, and shots on target, multiple hits. Alright, let's see what the range is to that one. Nope, not the Achilles. Freighter 27. So that's one hell of a friggin' angle. And shots out. Are we really gonna hit? Nope. Just long. Okay. Elevation 18.6. Fire. Oof. Oof, that was a big explosion. I don't know how that thing's still up. I think this is it. It says 8.8. Let's go 9. All 3 turrets, 11-inch shells, 9 of them. Yep, it's done. And with that, I think we're going to end it today. Thanks for watching. I know this has been a pretty long video. If you made it all the way to the end, if you liked what you saw, hit the like, and hit the subscribe button for me. It really helps out the channel. And I'll be playing a little bit more of this Atlantic Fleet. I really like this game, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.